What's going on YouTube? The Luke Gamer over here. What I'm doing in this review is just going to show you guys this ROG SPATHA, this bohemian of a mouse, this beautiful beauty, this bad boy, the Cadillac of mouses is what I like to call it all the time. Why we should get this mouse? Why is it worth it? Why is it worth that 240? Why should I get this bad boy? Is it worth it, fellas? Yes or no? I'll answer all those questions in this review. First thing that I could say, guys, is the design. Man, look at this design. This looks like a spaceship, like one of those, Mass Effect Andromeda sort of spaceships over here. I'm loving it. The detail of this mouse, the grills at the front, really, really suave. I'm loving the fact that you get a really cool ROG, logo at the back. The fact that you also get buttons on the side, 6 of them, which is pretty fresh, even 2 on top. The fact that, the scrolling wheel actually glows, the color, depending on the color that you actually want it to glow. Pretty fresh as well. And even the fact that you get yourself a wireless mouse. And even looking at the back over here, you get yourself, the pairing mouse too. So, just those really cool features of just looking at a mouse is pretty fresh. Definitely worth it. But now let's get to the features. Like, what makes this mouse so amazing? First thing, as we can tell when we look at the side here, those 6 goddamn buttons. Man, isn't that cool? Having 6 buttons on your mouse, all programmable to any key that you wanted to set it as. So in case you guys want to, instead of pressing E, you guys could just press this button over here in case you guys want to program it. Isn't that cool? The fact that you guys get yourself, 6 of them, that's pretty fresh, I reckon. Even if you guys want to, program some of them here too. 2 buttons on top there as well, which is pretty fresh. So you're actually able to do that too. And the thing I also like about this mouse is even this part here moves left and right. So you're actually able to maneuver that in games in case you want to, program that too. And the fact that you get this really cool ROG, sort of LED lights, which is really awesome as well, man. And of course, the left and right. Only thing that I don't like about this mouse, to be honest with you, is that it is a bit heavy. So in case you guys are playing FPS, first-person shooters, or fast-paced games, I will not recommend this mouse because it's pretty heavy. But I will recommend this mouse if you guys are into RPGs and slow-paced games, because you get the, you get the extra buttons on the side. So that's just, my small 2 cents of what I think of this mouse. But let's just go into, the sensors. This has an 8200 DPI sensor with 200 Hertz, which is phenomenal. That means in basic English that this is a very accurate mouse. It will not lag at all, even when it's wide or unwide, no difference at all. So you guys will definitely get, what you guys pay for, And on top of that, the thing I love about this the most is it's wired and unwired. So it doesn't matter if you have it plugged in or plugged out, it'll work as efficiently as well. So what I'll do for y'all fellas now is I'll show you guys how you actually attach this to the dock and the features of it, and even the software features too. But I'll be right back, fellas. So fellas, there it is, the Republic of Gamers fantastic charging station. I'm loving this, man. This actually comes with the mouse. So for me, that 220 is definitely worth it because you get yourself this charging dock. But the thing I love about this dock though is, as you guys can see, you guys got a really cool green light over there. That also shows the battery life that you have left on this mouse, which is pretty fresh. So all you gotta do, fellas, to actually attach your mouse onto the station is just apply it on top like this. Simple as that. It sticks on. It's looking all fresh, looking all gangster, looking all pimped out as well, fellas. You know how we do, especially the fact that if you guys want to make your rig look fresh, it's got to look fresh all the time. But that's how it actually works, guys. So you're also able to customize the colors of your RGB sign there. Mine is blue because of my blue theme, but you can change it to any color you want. But what I'll be doing now, fellas, is I'll show you guys how to actually customize the colors you want via the software. So I'll be right back. How's it going, guys? So what we guys got to do over here is we got to download the software for your mouse. So what happens is we got to go to this link over here, which I'll leave in the description, but we've got to pick which Windows that we're using. If you guys are using Windows 7, pick that. If you guys are using Windows 8, pick that too, or Windows 10. Also make sure you click the correct bit. If you guys are rocking the new i7, then you guys can always use Windows 10 64-bit. Once that's finished downloading, what we do is we get greeted by this really awesome app over here, the Armory App, which is pretty fresh, fellas. Really great app. What this app lets you do is it makes you customize all of your ROG components, your mouse, your keyboards, even your really cool motherboard if you got an ROG motherboard, to actually customize the lighting and even the performance too. But since we're actually just performing and just doing a review on this mouse, that's what we want to know about, right? So first thing that we get are all these headings here. So let's go to the buttons heading. So with the buttons heading, we get lots of features and benefits from it. So as you guys can tell, we get profiles. Profiles are basically different sorts of applications that help with different games. So for example, if you are playing Dark Souls 3 and your profile is Dark Souls 3, which is profile 1, you may want to use different buttons on the mouse for different functions in the game. So number 7 for me is this button over here, and number 7 is usually my R function that I use on my keyboard, which is R. So instead of me pressing R on my keyboard, I could just press number 7 on my mouse, which is pretty useful. And I even change it. So number 8 for me is number 1. Number 1 is usually my ability, my first skill ability. Number 9, which is number 2 for me. So I'm able to use all these really cool features on these buttons instead of pressing my keyboard, which is very useful, fellas. So this is more of an RGB sort of mouse. So if you guys go to the top view over there, you are greeted by more functionality. So you're even able to change your left and right click functionality. So even if you wanted to make, for example, number 1 M, so I could just press on that, and then I could press anything that I must have. So I could really click anything that I want. So let's say I want to change, one of these, number 2, my right click to P. I could do that if I really wanted to. All you guys got to just do is double click on it and then just change it, which is very useful. So for me, I have number 6 using my DPI switch. So in case the game is a bit too sensitive, you're always able to change it, which is very useful. So that's basically how you actually customize your buttons on the actual mouse. Let's go to performance. So in case you guys want to, make your mouse perform really fast or really slow, it's up to you. So my DPI is set at 2250. DPI is basically how sensitive your mouse will react to movement. So the higher DPI, the more sensitive your mouse is. So mine right now is just perfect. You're also able to enable the X and Y sensitivity, meaning if I move it down or up, how sensitive it'll actually be. I left mine off because I just like it just the way it is. Angle snapping. Depending on the kind of angle that you actually want on your mouse, up to you, but mine is perfectly fine. Acceleration or deceleration. Depending on how fast you want your mouse to actually accelerate or how slow you actually want it to get back together. So if I wanted to accelerate really fast, I could do that, or make it, really slow, depending on what I basically want. So if your sensitivity lights are on, you're able to also change your DPI as well. So mine is set as 800, so I wanted just to leave it that way because I didn't want too much of an issue over there. My pulling rates. So basically, how fast will my mouse respond to from here to there? Like meaning, if my mouse is heavy, which it is, how fast will it actually respond from left to right? So my pulling rate is just fine the way it is because I don't want it to actually, get too sensitive. It even shows you when it's wired into your computer or when it's not wired to your computer. So mine is a bit more sensitive when it's not wired to my computer because there's no wire to actually hold it, so I could actually move my mouse freely. Also, the button response, meaning how fast would it take for my button to respond from 1 second as soon as I push it to the actual performance on the game. So that's all the options of performance. So it gets pretty much in detail, fellas, only for 240. Let's go to lighting over here. So as you guys can tell, you're able to change the brightness of how bright your light is for your mouse. Also, I'm loving the fact that even when it's off and connected to your PC or when it's not connected to your PC, basically this will save you battery life because if you make it all the way to the end and it's not connected to your PC, the battery on your mouse would die and you have to pre-charge it as soon as you finish using it. You're also able to change the effects. So I have static on. I can change it to the color cycle. It will actually show you the color cycle on the mouse over here as a preview. I can change it to reactive. I can change it to breathing. So it'll actually breathe as you actually use it, as you guys can see over there. You can change it to any random color that you want. And even to battery mode. So battery mode, green is great. Orange is it's about to die. Red is pretty close to dying. But since my rig is blue, I want to change it back to breathing. Let's go to collaboration. But before that, fellas, you're also able to sync all areas, meaning all areas of the mouse. So for example, if I click that off, I'm able to go to the logo and change that into a different color if I wanted to. Also the scroll wheel, I could change that to a different color than my logo. And even my side buttons, I could change those buttons to a different color if I wanted to using this wheel. But I want to sync all areas because I want it all to be together. Collaboration. Collaboration is usually if you want to ensure that your mouse is perfectly in the perfect sort of surface. So for example, if you have a very
cracky surface, you want to make sure that you collaborate your mouse to make sure it's very nice and smooth. For me, my surface is smooth, so that's why my collaboration is off, because I don't really need that. But in case you guys have a bit of a rocky surface, I would definitely recommend the collaboration. The power. So if you guys want to see your mouse sleep, you can just hit it for 10 minutes. So mine is set for 10 minutes over here, so in case I'm not going to use it, it'll just die, but maybe I'll probably set it for 3. So in case I'm not using my mouse, my battery will be saved. The blinking lights when power is at 20%. So as soon as my mouse is about to die, at 20%, it'll blink, which is pretty fresh. So yeah, fellas, this is the review of the mouse. But just one more thing, just before I go, even with the profiles, you're able to get up to 5 different games that you want. So if you guys want to have different kinds of games for different functions, you're always able to change any button that you want on this mouse to suit that game. So for example, if I'm playing Diablo right now, and Diablo is usually profile number 3, all I got to do is click on number 3, and then even change the color of my mouse as well. As you guys could tell, profile number 3 is green, and my profile number 1 is blue, as you guys could tell over here. So if I click on profile number 1, like that, it'll turn it into blue shortly. Just give it time to load. But each profile has a different color as well, fellas, which is pretty awesome. This top bit over here is usually for your keyboard, which I'll show you guys in my next review. But thanks a lot, fellas, for joining my channel and even watching this. Really appreciate the support. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because I'd appreciate it. Any feedback I need in my videos, just let me know, fellas. But let's have a good day. It's Monday. It's going to be a beautiful week. Let's kill it, brothers. Let's do our job right. And it's good to see you guys on YouTube. Have a good day, guys. Later.